Good morning again. I was asked to provide some reflections on stewardship, and it's apt to use the term reflection, as you'll see as I describe a little bit about my own experience at Countryside. I started by looking up the definition for stewardship in the dictionary. I thought that's an interesting place to start because it's a word that, is not a word that I really used in my vocabulary before I ever attended Countryside Church. And according to Merriam-Webster, it says that stewardship is the conducting, supervising, or managing of something, especially the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care, such as stewardship for natural resources or stewardship for Countryside Church. Our theme this year, as you've heard, is affirming our future. And the focus is on these aspirations of membership that we've created, that the board actually created several years ago. And part of the genesis for creating these aspirations of membership was realization that the people who are most active, involved, are the ones who are also the most enriched and fulfilled in what they do. And that in order to help people who are new, walking in the door, decode how to enjoy, how to become fulfilled and energized and enriched, we needed to give them a little bit of a map. And the aspirations of membership are that very map. And they're simple. And they're reflected or documented rather in the paperwork that's included in the order of worship today. But I'll quickly just recite. Attending Sunday services and congregational meetings. Seeking out and sharing opportunities for spiritual, ethical, and meaningful growth. Engaging in congregational projects, programs, or events that reach beyond the church. Engage in congregational projects, programs, or events that support the life of the church. Strive to give generously of my income to support the mission of the church. And share with others outside the church the value of my membership in Countryside. These are our aspirations of membership. If you follow these codes, if you follow this map, I promise that you will enjoy and be very fulfilled and enriched with your experience within this community. One of those aspirations, you'll note, was related to giving generously. And giving generously is really not something that the board or any of us up here are going to assess about a pledge that somebody makes. Was your pledge generous or not? There's only one person that can answer that. That's you. Is your pledge generous or not? It's not an amount of money. It's the spirit that you enter into when you make such a donation, when you make such a pledge. The board made some adjustments to the aspirations of membership. Previously, we had a percentage, a specific percentage that was higher than what's stated here today. Now our aspiration of membership calls for members to donate or to pledge 3 to 5% of their household income. The thought being to make it a more realistic, impossible thing to achieve. We didn't want people to see a number that was impossible to grasp, if you will. When I came through the door at Countryside, I had come from a Catholic upbringing and a very different experience regarding giving or donations to the church. And when I came to this church, I came because I had in each of my hands a daughter, one that was 3 and one that was 5. And I was looking for religious foundations that matched more where my trajectory was and where my wife at the time, where her trajectory was. And I found that in these doors. In fact, I was amazed to find all of you, although many of you are new, many of you are old friends that were here when I walked through the door back in 1999. And what I found here was created by people who came before me. It was made possible by other people. And the ideas and the dreams that we have today, the dreams that we would have for where we'll be in the future, will be made by us, by you, by me. And they're made possible, only possible, by the work that we do and by the gifts, financial gifts that we make that make it possible. This church, to me, is like a mirror, and that it, when held up, allows me to learn about myself, who I am, why I am. And the congregation has been a lens that provides focus on issues and needs in the community and in the society, things that I might not have seen without all of you. So I thank you for being part of that lens, and hopefully I'm part of that lens in that mirror for you. So as you think about what your pledge might be for this year, as you think about what you'll be able to give of your time and talent and of your income to share to make this possible, I ask that you think about what is that hope and aspiration you have for what Countryside Church is all about. Stewardship is going beyond our comforts. From a work standpoint, it's taking ownership for doing what needs to be done. And from a giving standpoint, a financial standpoint, it's about giving what is right and not what is left. Thank you.